Good morning. I'm Scott Nielsen, Operations Section Chief on San Juan Teammate, here to give the Stoner Mesa fire update for Saturday, August 30th, 2025. So yesterday was a little cooler, wetter day than the previous day. Allowed us to get a lot of work done, check a lot of the fire. The fire really hasn't moved. We had a little more smoke yesterday, but there has been no pose or no threats to the containment lines for the past few days, and we anticipate that to continue for the next few days into the coming weeks. So starting in the Stoner Creek area, probably our biggest success was we have completed our primary containment line from Stoner Creek into Taylor Mesa. So that means with the line on the Stoner Mesa into the Taylor Mesa, we have full control line around the indirect control line around the fire. And this means that if this fire decides to move out of Stoner Creek, we have a really solid plan and a really solid control line should that happen. Moving up into Division X-ray, we'll continue to mop up and patrol this line. There's been very little heat in here. We have a crew spiked out or camped out very remotely. So they're checking this line. They're finishing our secondary line, our contingency line, and that contingency line is there just in case something happens and our primary line doesn't hold. And we really don't anticipate our primary line not holding, but with the amount of people we have here, we have the opportunity to put it in the secondary line for something happens in the next few weeks in the coming months. And then coming into Division Alpha, this also remains really cool. We've still continued to snag along the Stoner Mesa Trail, and that's just to remove trees, deadfall, and just fire damaged trees that occurred during the fire. And this will allow us to open the trail up and make it safe for the public once the closure has been rescinded into the Stoner Mesa fire area. Coming into the Stoner Creek area, and also in Division Alpha, this thing has not moved. We don't anticipate it to move. And we have people on top of Stoner Mesa on a daily basis, walking in here using binoculars, just looking down to make sure there's no heat, no smoke, and nothing has been seen for several days. As we come into Division Echo and Tango, this area also, same story, hasn't moved, hasn't changed for several days. We are working on some suppression repair in this area. So there is a dozer line that goes to the top of the Calico Ridge, and that's where the Calico Trail comes across Calico Ridge. So that line is getting rehabbed, and that means we're just putting in water bars. We're not gonna decommission that containment line. We can still use it, but we're just making sure that if we get more rain, it doesn't run off, and it's still a viable fire line, but it's just, we're trying to avoid resource damage and make our rehab efforts a lot easier as we move to that portion of the fire. Coming down to the southeast corner of the fire, not a lot of heat. We did have some heat in here yesterday. All the smokes we found were more than 150 feet off the line, which is a really good thing. That means our containment lines are strong, they're holding. We don't really expect much movement in this area, and definitely not movement across the control lines. Coming down into Division Whiskey, the southwest portion of the fire, crews have almost completed snagging in here, and a lot of logs and trees were cut in here. And as these are our primary containment lines, we want to get all those trees we cut, which is fuel for an eventual fire. So we're going to move those trees and logs down to drop point 103, and those will remain there for some time, but they'll be out of the way of should the fire come, which is again pretty unlikely. And then coming back into here, this other containment line, the primary containment line that ties into the dozer line into Stoner Creek, that has been complete. There's a little more work to do, but it's virtually complete. We have some cleanup to do, but that was that was a big win yesterday. And then looking into the structure group, we have pulled all of our structure protection stuff from just west of Dunton all the way down to almost the confluence with Deer Creek. So the plan is the next few days, as we look at the weather, evaluate conditions, we anticipate pulling the rest of our pumps and hoses and structure protection measures probably all the way down to the Stoner confluence. And then with that, that's the end of today's update. We look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Thank you.